Okay, so 9/11, let's talk about it. It's dark. Let's talk about 9/11. Come on. Okay, so 9/11 was horrible for me. What happened? I got up like a long day. I don't think I watched the news. I didn't watch the news. Got up, made coffee, breakfast for the boys, which I think it was cereal. Took them to school. At the time, I think Joseph was in elementary school, Jonathan was in middle school. What I like about a new building is it's new. What I don't like about it is it's like a college dorm and not really like a home. The halls and elevators remind me of college. Okay, so anyway, I get to the office. I do what I always do, check voicemail messages, forward calls, and check emails and calendar, which normally I've already did that the night before. And then first thing in the morning to see if there's been any cancellations or anything like that. The next thing is I check in with all of my guys that are out in the field, and then I meet with the executive to find out what's going on with him. I didn't have to meet with David because he was traveling. So the rest of the guys, my directors and stuff like that, just making sure that they came in and that they knew what meetings they were supposed to attend in David's place. So I'm sitting at my desk and somebody comes to my office and says, a plane just hit the World Trade Center. I listened. I didn't register it, couldn't fathom it. The person who told me is a serious person, but I don't know. I want to say I just blew him off, mostly because I'm too busy to get into the World Trade Center being hit. I just can't deal with that right now. So I think my first response was denial. No, that's not true. I can't accept it. That's that. So the next thing is I kept working. Then what happened next was, let me think, what happened next? I went to the break room to get more coffee. That's what I need to do. I normally make my coffee at home. So I went to the break room to get more coffee. So I see myself walking into that break room. There's a TV, flat screen up on the wall, and people are standing around the break room and they are looking at this. And I see the second plane hit. And in that moment, something in me changed. And I'm just going to say it died. The America that I lived in as an executive assistant at PricewaterhouseCoopers, which, let me tell you something, there was a whole lot of stuff going on. A whole lot of stuff going on at the time. That's why I was just so busy. We were dealing with the Enron situation. Kenneth Lay, Alan Greenspan, emails going back and forth, and meetings upon meetings upon meetings to deal with this breach of ethical behavior with Enron and our regular business stuff that we needed to do. It was hard. Ooh, let me tell you something. And then this happened. And we saw the horror of New Yorkers. It was watching that concept of America, that America that day, 9/11, died. And so it was like we saw America die that day, a version of America. The America, it was being assaulted, and that was the death blow, there in Texas. So being in Houston, we didn't know what was going to happen next. If this was, we didn't know. It was crazy. It was crazy. We didn't know who was behind it. We didn't know if this was pilot error. We didn't know if something was off with the radar. We didn't know. We didn't think that it was a terrorist attack. We thought it was a failure in technology. It was pilot error, some kind of a way. Because we've had times when the air traffic controllers have went on strike. So we thought it had something to do with that. But we never thought it was a terrorist attack. And there's many people who still don't believe that it was a terrorist attack. So I saw the second plane hit. I'm watching. I immediately go into emergency mode. And the first thing I thought about was my kids. And I went to school to get my kids. And there were some schools who were just like, no, we're not going to release the kids, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something, baby. You got to have a lot of goddamn nerve that the world as you know it has ended. And you going to block parents from their children. Anyway, long story short, 9/11. That's what I remember about 9/11. It was watching a loved one that you know, that you care very much about, die in front of your face. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. And you got to pick up the pieces afterwards. And America came back after that. America came back after that. The cycle repeats itself. The only difference is America should have fell from power and another country should have risen, but instead America has been able to hold on until now. But I ain't gonna get into that. That's a subject for another video. I just wanted to remember 9/11. I remember getting my kids from school, bringing them home, and I sat on the couch and I watched the news. Because there's so much of it that I missed because I'm in the process. I was at work, I was in shock, denial, shock, and then emergency mode. So when I finally got home, where I felt that I could be myself, you know what I'm saying, and really get as much information that I could about this incident. And then I got to make this. And my decision was to get out of Texas and to get my boys out of Texas. And that in this life, you're meant to live. You're meant to do more than sip coffee and check emails, and you need to live. And I'm gonna tell you something. My butt stayed in that office chair so much. I never went on walks. I never really associated with the other executive assistants on my team, much less any other team. I did take my boys to the park every Saturday morning. And I took them to festivals and things. In other words, if it wasn't things that I needed to do as a parent-teacher night, parent-teacher conference, things like that, I went to work. And then I took classes at night. And so I had, one of my professors was one of the guys, one of my directors, the lawyer, that was a part of my team. He was also my professor at college at night. And my boss, the big boss, he worked with me to deal with my advisor at the university. You know, when my advisor was giving me problems and not clearing me for courses and stuff like that, I called him and he was a great support to me. So yeah. Anyway, that was 9/11. 9/11 is what propelled me. It was the combustion that I needed. And it had to be something big like that. If I had been in New York, I probably would have took my boys out of the country. If I had been in New York on 9/11, I probably would have took my boys out of the country. I probably wouldn't have went to another state. I would have went to another country. So, and that's because New York is closer to Quebec and Canada and all of that. But being from Texas, I ain't taking them to Panama, Belize. No, no, no. But I probably would have took them on to Canada. I would, yep. So that's my 9/11 memories. What's your 9/11 memory? Where were you when that second plane hit the World Tower, the World Trade Center?